We're here early in the morning at the golf course pond. We only brought one rod with us today. I'm going to be doing a little bit of topwater fishing this morning. Hopefully catching some nice bass. So yeah, we're going to start casting around this spook all throughout this pond and hopefully start catching some fish. So let's get right to it. So normally I wouldn't like this wind, but actually with the spook, a little bit of chop on the water actually isn't too bad. Definitely as we get further up towards the other part of the pond where there is less wind and there's more fish anyway, it's definitely gonna get really good. But even like down in this corner, this is my first cast by the way, so obviously not expecting to get something that quick, but you never know. And yeah, let's keep fishing for an hour or so until it gets too bright for the topwater bite. Usually it's pretty good here early in the morning. Haven't come out here yet this year and done this, but it's really fun if you time it right. Well, we're just gonna keep moving, keep walking up the bank. I'm not gonna spend too much time on each spot, maybe a cast or two. Then I'm gonna move on just because I want to cover some water and also get up to the good stuff before it gets too light outside. So we're just gonna, I'm sure there's definitely fish here, but I made a couple casts along there. Didn't get any action, so don't want to waste the prime fishing time on a spot where I'm not really seeing too much going on. And pick it right back up again. Sometimes if you have fish that are following it, obviously I can't see if there was, but and they won't commit, something like that can usually trigger a strike. So you know, it's good every now and then to change it up a little bit, even though like pretty much anything, cast this thing out there, reel it in, someone's gonna bite it. But in case the fish are being a little bit more finicky, just changing up the retrieve just a little bit, sometimes all it takes. Oh, that was a fish right there. It came up and smacked it. Didn't get any of the hooks though. That either that fish like barely even nipped at it, or that was like a really tiny fish. But either way, so I'm gonna pause it for a little bit in case he's still there, and speed it up really fast. Try to pull it away from him. No, it doesn't look like he's gonna come back for it. But yeah, that was our first, I guess, mini bite of the day. Can't really completely call it a bite because of how like he barely touched it. There was zero chance you were hooking that fish, but at least there was a little bit of action so far. I mean, we've only covered like 50 yards of bank, if that. So I think it's good to at least see that there is some fish that are willing to come up for this as we keep heading up further into this pond. Just know there's gotta be some fish hanging around this type of structure. So you can fish this very thoroughly. Oh, dude. I was pulling it out of the water. I guess it has something nibble at it. That might have been even like a bluegill. That thing was that small. So that's like our second tiny bite of the day. Not that I even wanted to catch a fish that small anyway. But I mean, this lure does get their attention. Although when I'm using the smaller size like I am right now, I mean, also gets the small fish to go crazy. Sometimes even in smaller ponds like this, I just wish I'd tie on a bigger spook, but this is the only one I got with me right now. So we're ill prepared for this, but usually you only need one lure here, and this is a lure that does the job. Ooh, that's a fish. There we go. Right when I thought we weren't gonna get anything. Oh shoot, oh no, he's still on there. I thought he popped off. Let's see what we have here. It is it's just a little pickerel. Hey, it's better than nothing, I suppose. All right, so that is our first fish today. Little chain pickerel, probably about a pound maybe. I'd say actually 15, 16 inches long. Not a bad fish. So yeah, we'll get this fish unhooked to get him back in the water, and then we'll keep fishing. All right, we got the pickerel out of there released. That thing was an absolute nightmare to unhook. It probably took me a solid 5 or 10 minutes without pliers. It was horrible. But yeah, so now we're hopefully going to catch a bass today now. That's what we're trying for. The pickerel is fun, but still not the target species. So there we go. That looks like a bass. I was saying, he just blew up on it right there. First cast after catching the pickerel. And so, another damn pickerel. Gosh. This is our second pickerel of the day. It's such aggressive little fish. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, so this one's a little bit smaller than the first one. But it's kind of discouraging to catch this many pickerel though, because it seems like the bass are being overran, you know. All right, this second pickerel of the day is off the hook. Chuck him back in the water there, off he goes. So yeah, 2 fish now. Caught them both really, really quick on back-to-back casts. So hopefully we can keep it going and hopefully get a bass now. But I mean, maybe this pond just got overrun with pickerel and they kicked out all the bass in like the couple weeks it's been since I've been here. That would absolutely suck. But there's definitely still a lot of bassing here. They're just not really biting today, which is unfortunate. But we have caught 2 pickerel, so it still was kind of fun. Alright, I've been fishing down this bank again, coming back down the way I came up. Still no more bites. Not sure what those first 2 bites we got were. They could have been bass, I guess. But so far it just seems to be a bunch of pickerel and no bass, you know, which is fine. I don't mind catching pickerel, but it's not really what I came out here for. So I'm going to try to stick it out and hopefully get a bass. But if you can't tell, I mean, it's getting pretty light out here. The sun's getting high up in the sky. So the topwater window is fastly closing. It might even be done, actually, for being completely honest. But I'm still going to keep chucking this thing around, hoping for a bass before I have to call it a morning. But, you know, it was fun. 2 pickerel, not bad. The one was actually a decent sized fish. And, you know, it's always fun to catch fish on topwater. So you really can't complain too much about that. But we're gonna make this bank right here is probably our best bet. So we're gonna fish this pretty hard from this side and then also the other side. And then we're also gonna make some casts parallel to that little, I guess, seawall thing on the other side. You know, there's definitely fish here. You know, that's the thing. A small pond like this, you don't have to do too much to find the fish. But it just didn't really work out this morning is what I'm trying to say. The bass are not eating on topwater. I think if I would have gotten here like a half hour earlier, right at sunrise, instead of when I did get here, it could have been a little better. But, I mean, it's just, you know, when it's not happening, it's not happening. And there's really nothing you can do. All right, well, that's gonna do it. Not a bad morning, not great, sort of in between. We did catch 2 fish on topwater, really, really fun. But fortunately, they weren't bass. They were pickerel, and you know, it's whatever. I mean, I guess it is better than nothing. But to be honest, I mean, I really would have been just as happy catching nothing. I mean, those pickerel, I mean, whatever. But yeah, so I made a decent morning. 2 fish, no bass. So I still had some fun out here this morning. It's always fun when you can catch fish on topwater. So even though it wasn't the target species, yeah, still really cool. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.